Hi guys, it is Dr. Cody Dukes and we are back again for yet another video. Now you already know what to do. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and like this video. And if you're not already, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Now guys, I don't know if you've been paying attention to the NBA playoffs, but recently we had a major thing happen in terms of injuries. We had Ja Morant, the superstar point guard, the young and upcoming player for the Memphis Grizzlies, have a lower leg injury, which is causing him to miss games. Now, if it wasn't bad enough that his team was going up against a championship caliber Golden State Warriors team that features the likes of Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, it doesn't help that he's really the only superstar or star type player on his team. You know, for the longest time over the past, I don't know, decade and a half, because of a move that LeBron James did when he decided to take his talents to South Beach, it became a popular notion that in order to win a championship, you had to have what they call the big three, right? At least three players that were really good, all-star caliber players, if not all three all-star caliber players, two all-star caliber players, and then another player who's good enough to be an all-star, but just maybe isn't putting up the numbers at the time, right? That was like the popular notion. Then recently, over the last 5 years, you saw some teams begin to break that mold by winning with two really good players, maybe two superstar caliber players or two really good all-star caliber players. This was the concept that has been popular pretty much throughout the entire NBA. You had the likes of, you know, Scottie and Michael Jordan and Kobe and Shaq, right? The two superstar method. And then you saw it happening again with, you know, the 2019 Toronto Raptors, who had two really good star players in Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry and a bunch of really good role players. You saw it with the bubble Lakers with LeBron and Anthony Davis and a bunch of really good role players. And then you saw it even last year with Giannis and Chris Middleton and a bunch of really good role players. And it's just accepted that if you're going to win a championship, it can't be a one really, really good player and then everybody else regular. It just doesn't really happen that way. And the Memphis Grizzlies, they're a really good team this year, but sadly, after Ja Morant, it's just a bunch of really good role players. And because he's hurt, everyone, all of the sports analysts, anyone who follows the NBA is basically saying the series is all but over. I mean, it was going to be tough enough to beat Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors with a full power team with Ja Morant, but you take him away and you don't have someone else who can carry that load. How do you win? And the reason I'm talking about this today is because a lot of us, we operate a lot like the Memphis Grizzlies in that we focus so much on our star player, on the one thing we're really good at, and we just try to get really strong at it. Our main plan. We'll put all of our planning and our thoughts into that main plan, our main goal, and how we're going to achieve it. And we don't consider contingencies. We don't consider what if this way doesn't work out. We don't consider what if no one needs my primary skill that I'm really good at. Maybe I should have a backup skill, a backup plan, maybe I should have a contingency plan in case it doesn't go the way I'm thinking. Because it can always go the way you're not thinking. I remember having this conversation with a young woman who had intentions to go to medical school. And it was, you know, she had it all mapped out. I'm going to go to this medical school and get this degree, and then I'll be this type of doctor. And I said, well, okay, but if you don't get into that medical school because it's really competitive, what are your other options in terms of schools that you're going to be applying to? She said, what do you mean? I'm saying, like, what if that school doesn't let you in? That's a really competitive school. It's possible you won't get in even if you are good enough, let alone if you aren't good enough. Oh, well, I can't think like that. I have to, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I understand in terms of believing in yourself, you can't afford to think with doubt. and negatively. But as a responsible and reliable adult who's trying to be successful, you have to consider backup plans, because the main plan, anything could happen. There could be a pandemic and they could not accept new students this year. Like, anything could happen. And in life, when you're trying to be successful, anything could happen. So don't just put everything into one basket. Don't put everything into John Morant's knees. Maybe you need a backup superstar, another all-star talent caliber player who can carry the load if your main player can't go, if your main plan isn't going to work out, if your primary strength isn't going to be enough to get you over the hump. That's the video, guys. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and like this video. And if you're not already, please subscribe to my channel. Why? It's simple. I upload 5 videos a week. That is one every single weekday. I do inspirational and motivational content with a pop culture twist. I look at things like sports, movies, anime, superheroes, cartoons, game shows, games, you name it. I just try to find a motivational message that I can deliver to you in a way that's easy to understand, so that you can take it and implement it into your daily life, so that you can be the best version of yourself. And if that sounds like what you're trying to do, then you should definitely subscribe, because this is the channel for you. Guys, how did I do? Let me know down in the comments. Give me tips and feedback on how I can get better. Give me suggestions on topics I should cover in the future. I'll do my best to go through every single comment and get back to every single one of you guys. Guys, I thank you for sticking around this long, and I appreciate all of the support. The only thing I ask is that you keep coming back, because I'll keep coming back with more videos just like this one. And as I always say, guys, until next time, peace.